Hello from the MonTECH kitchen. We are thrilled to join you today on your cooking journey. We have a great recipe, a healthy and easy recipe to share with you. And at the same time, we're going to be able to showcase some of our adaptive equipment that we have available in our MonTECH inventory. My name is Molly Kimmel. I'm the program director here at MonTECH, and we have our resident chef from the Camoon food truck, who also happens to be my co-worker, Wissam. I'll let you introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Wissam. I'm the Accessibility Technology Specialist and Graphic Design in MonTECH and Royal Institute.
Perfect. And he is also an excellent chef. So while we are making this recipe here today, we're also going to be able to showcase some of the tools that we have available for meal preparation and for eating and self-feeding that are a part of our MonTECH inventory. So anyone across the state who has a disability has access to this equipment. We will ship it directly to your front door for free for 30 days so you can try it out and see if it works for you. So today we're going to be making a Tabouli salad, and I'm going to let Wissam tell us what's in it and what it is, and then we'll get a recipe going.
Okay, Tabouli or tabbouleh salad is it's a Mediterranean salad. It's very healthy. It's rich with iron, multivitamins like vitamin C and omega-3. It can be found in any house in Middle East, but each house they have their own recipe. But today we are going to make the most common one. We need for this recipe like the parsley, too much parsley, like 3 pinches of or 4 pinches of parsley. We will need 1 large English cucumber, 4 or 5 tomatoes, green onion, 4 or 5 green onion or spring onion. We will need a bulgur. It's a crushed cooked dried wheat. Then we need some lemon juice, olive oil, salt and pepper, and for decoration we will need some black olives.
Perfect. And if I didn't have my own recipe and my own personal chef for Tabouli, then I could always check in with my nifty smart home device, and if I ask, hey Google, can I have a recipe for Tabouli?
I already have the recipe you were making called Tabouli salad recipe from the Mediterranean dish. Would you like to make a different recipe instead?
Nope, I'll stick with that one. Thank you.
Sure, we'll stick to what we're already making. When you're ready for the next step, just say, next step.
Perfect. So that's a great way for me to be able to stand in the kitchen and have step-by-step instructions, but not have to refer back to a cookbook or a hard recipe, which is great. If we do need a hard recipe, and it's a little challenging to follow step-by-step directions, I've got this wonderful visual recipe that can be really helpful if you're cooking with kids or someone who might be a new chef.
The mic is muted.
Yep, thanks Google. Or someone potentially with autism or other cognitive deficits who might have a tough time following a complicated recipe. This gives you a great step-by-step visual cue on what to do first, next, and last. I have Wissam as my adaptive equipment specialist, so he's going to tell me what to do, and we're going to get started by showing you this recipe and some of our tools that we'll use to help prepare it.
Okay. First, we need to chop. We need firstly wash very well and dry our parsley leaves. Then we have to chop it as fine as we can. And with this, Molly, she's going to use this kind of knife.
I love this kind of knife where you just have a different angle to cut with one-handed. We also have a variety of these rocker knives that you can use one-handed, so you don't need that second hand to stabilize, and sometimes you don't need as much back and forth arm motion to cut. And on this I'm going to show you We'll get to this when we get to tomatoes and cucumbers. Let's use the regular chopping board for this guy. How about you be parsley and I'll be tomato?
Okay, this is good.
All right, so I will show you with this tomato, we have a spiked cutting board right here. I love this thing. It's my favorite. I'm an occupational therapist and I've shown this to dozens of people over the years. But if I don't have great dexterity with one hand and I'm afraid I'm going to chop my fingers off, I can use this lovely spike right there and then come through and chop one-handed.
And I think so if you use the one with the teeth for tomatoes.
It's going to be better?
Yeah.
See? Expert chef. All right. We don't have our waste bucket. We'll have to get one of those. Sometimes you hit the spokes, but works pretty slick. Ooh. And then once I have those all done, I can come back through and put them on again and get smaller because I have to have nice small pieces, right? That's the beauty of the tabouli.
Yep.
There we go. And then can come through and put them in our bowl.
Here we have a special kind of bowl. It's like it can grip on the table. So if you want to mix something, you don't need to hold it in other hand. You just mix it with, and it will be very stable. I'm using the other tool. What do you call it? This one?
Oh, the finger guard. Yeah, it's another good way to not chop your fingers off.
Yeah.
I need one of these.
So I will use it with the parsley. And I use this knife.
At the end of our video, we'll show you our website where you can go on and check out all this inventory and figure out what you might want to try at home in your own kitchen. Like I said, you can take anything of ours as a free loan for 30 days. And we have very strict COVID cleaning protocols in place with all of our equipment so it gets cleaned and sanitized on the way in the door and again on the way out. What do we have to do with the bulgur? How does that work?
That. Actually,
we should probably get that going.
The first, before doing anything, we need to wash and soak the bulgur for around 20 minutes with water. We need like around half a cup of this recipe, and the quantity will be doubled or sometimes trebled because it's dried. Then when it's soaked the water, it will be more fluffier.
So is that's a half a cup of bulgur?
No,
dry?
this is
or maybe a little more.
This is 2 cups because we need to feed the staff here. So we are making like 4 of this quantity.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
And that's already soaked?
This is already soaked and cleaned and soaked. Now it's very soft to eat.
Love it.
And we don't need to cook it because it's already cooked.
So it just soaks to kind of soften it up a little bit.
And if you are allergic of gluten, you can substitute it with the quinoa. Yeah.
Very nice. I love that. Only because I want to show off the measuring scale that we have. I'm going to turn this guy on.
Hello.
Hello. And I'm going to, well, good. I'm going to fill this up with water to show how it talks to you. Because I love that for someone who might have lower vision skills.
10.4 ounces.
I've got 10.4 ounces of water right there, so not even quite a cup. I would need more for my bulgur. Or is that right?
For half a cup, this will be right.
This would be right on.
Yeah.
Okay, fabulous. So I've got that talking scale that's going to tell me exactly how much I need.
And we have the other talking scale for liquids.
We've got other options right here. So this one has the buttons on the cup itself. If you don't know how to use a piece of technology, we'll also show you that. So luckily we have a lot of experts who know how to use all of this. And you can come in for a consultation to figure out what might help you at home or at school or at work or in the community. But you can also do that as a video demonstration or a phone call if it's hard for you to come into the office right now. So we got options, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what next?
The other cool tool we have here, if you have a bottle and it's very hard to you to open the lid, we have this small tool that you can just easily open any size of bottle or even a jar. We can put like this.
I have a little bit of arthritis in my hand, so I use that all the time at home. That or one of the plastic ones like this.
Oh yeah, the other one, which is the rubbery one.
Yeah.
It's good for like opening the bottles.
Love it.
The other cool tools we have here is the salt and pepper dispenser. So there, if you see here, there's like a quarter of tablespoon, eighth of tablespoon, or a pinch. You can just change it, and in one press, it will give you the exact amount of the salt or of the pepper.
Perfect. So before we get to salt and pepper, I cut some tomato. We've got our bulgur ready.
Yeah.
You've already got cucumber and parsley.
Cucumber, parsley.
How about I chop up our mint while you open our can of olives?
Yeah. Mint, we need only the leaves, like maybe 20 leaves.
20 leaves?
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
Here we have the one-hand can opener.
So we had a commercial break right there because of some technical difficulties with our one-handed can opener, which we will address in the future and is a great tool for one-touch can opening. We've got a slightly different variety we're going to showcase here.
The manual one-hand operator.
Manual one-hand operator.
Always manual is better.
So we have three types of tech, right? Low tech, medium tech,
and manual.
high tech, no tech.
So this one you just need to attach it to the can, and with one hand very easily you can open it.
That is still pretty slick.
Here we go. That's it.
How's my mint so far? Do I need more?
I think so, you're good.
Okay, I'll chop it up. Okay, so
we need more onion.
more onion.
And I'll chop it.
This is another nice feature of this cutting board that I really like. I can show it right here. We could have used with the can. These little doohickeys can move in various places, and then the back piece can shift up so that right here I've got this can nice and stabilized. So if I was using a tool, or if I needed to open a can like this, but I didn't have another hand to be able to stabilize, this is a really good setup for that. Yeah. So plenty of options for low vision, lots of large print measuring cups so you can easily see what you're doing. I've definitely made that mistake before. A little later on in the video, we're going to showcase, these are all sort of your meal prep items that we have here, things that can help you in the creation of a meal. But a little later on, we also have a lot of devices that can help with eating or self-feeding.
Sorry.
There, you're good. And also demonstrate just some different setups of ways that people eat, different chairs that we might use, or how we might change the environment a little bit depending on what's going on.
Now we put the bulgur. We are adding the lemon juice. Maybe we need
What would you like?
Use the measurements. Yeah. For this quantity, maybe we need a cup or of lemon juice.
So we've got our half cup out, and we'll do that twice.
Yeah.
I wish you all had smell-o-vision because after chopping that mint and then adding in some lemon juice, it smells really, really good in here.
And same with olive oil. We have a bigger quantity here, so we can add a cup of olive oil.
Excellent. That looks great.
And always you can taste it and see if it needs more.
More, a little less.
Yeah, more lemon juice or for salt. Maybe we can just eye measuring. This is enough, I guess. And this is for black pepper. That's enough.
Those are really slick. I like that. Yeah.
And we can mix this one.
We chose a recipe today that doesn't require the stove or the oven because we don't have one of those in our lovely MonTECH kitchen. We have everything else, but not that. But we do have some new items in our inventory for people who are using a stovetop or an oven. There's a pot stabilizer for the stovetop that's really nice that can keep, as you're stirring a pot on the stove, it keeps the pot stable so you don't have to use both hands. But we also have some nice security features. So we have the guard fire, and we also have some special plugs for electric ovens that if you have somebody who might have some memory impairment, those will alert someone else via an app if the oven has not been turned off in a while or there's nobody around the oven for a certain amount of time. So those are really great to check out as well. This is looking so good.
It's always better to keep the tabouli after mixing it for like 30 minutes in the fridge, so all the flavors will mix together and the parsley gets more tender.
Do we add the olives now or later?
Maybe later. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You are very excited.
I also have realized that COVID cooking means I can't snack while I eat because I'm wearing my mask. So there's more for everybody else.
And we're done.
Excellent. So we'll put it in the fridge and then we'll sample it in 30 minutes.
So this is the Obi feeding robot. It costs between $4,500 and $6,000 depending on who you buy it from. It is a great device for someone who can't use their hands or arms to eat. It is switch controlled, so we have just a button switch here to activate it, but you could also use foot switches, or you can use sip and puff if you use that kind of switch. So there's two buttons. Here we go. And one chooses the plate that I'd like to take a bite from. Thank you, Maddie. And then the second button will help me take a bite. And earlier I trained it to come about where I want it. So it has an 18-inch range of motion, and you can train it if you sit higher or lower so that the spoon comes as close to the mouth as you're comfortable to have it come. And then the spoon is actually magnetic. So if you misjudge or you were to kind of jerk forward, the spoon's not going to gouge into your mouth. It's going to fall off, even though the magnet's pretty powerful and it stays on for the eating. So I'm going to take a bite. Oh, I'm going to choose a bowl because I pressed the wrong button, which is another tip. You can label your buttons so that you're not making the wrong choice. It's very polite. It wipes off the spoon. This is a very big bite. Look away. Mmm. Okay. Good idea. Another napkin. Okay. And now I can go back to my bowl.
So I have the nosy cup to allow for drinking without rotating or bending your neck. It's a small sip. This is a pediatric spoon that allows for individuals with poor grip. The spoon wraps around their wrist so that if you can't hold it tightly, it's still available. The tray is a rotating dish so that as people eat, you can shift it to the different compartments, but once they take a scoop, it will not move to the next spot. The spoon is both built up and weighted to allow for individuals who have tremors to keep that a little steadier and to allow for a grip if you can't make a tight grasp. That's delicious.
That's excellent.
We also have a weighted spoon, again to help stabilize for tremors, and the built-up spoon with an angled head there to allow for you to grasp lightly and get the right angle for you.
I'm going to show you about the liftware spoon, level spoon, and so it easily comes off. You can put your hand in there and then it will move with you. So when I go to scoop, if I can't keep my hand steady, it will bend for me. I can bring it to my mouth. This is a universal cuff. We've just stuck a spoon in there, and so it allows you to hold the spoon without having to grip tightly. Same concept. This is an easy hold. These little silicone things come in a lot of different sizes, and so you just slide them on your spoon. This one is for a tiny baby, so obviously it doesn't fit me. You just put your hand in there and then you can scoop. I also have this plate guard here, and so this one comes on and off. It allows you to have that guard on your spoon so you can scoop up to it so you don't make a mess. Another version of that would be this clear plastic one. These come in 2 different sizes and you just put it right on your plate. Here I have a water bottle that does not spill and you can drink out of any area here. And so what's cool about this is it's really easy to clean. You just pull this out and you can just clean and then pop it right back in. So it's great for people that are prone to spills, because if this knocks on the table it won't spill, and it comes in different sizes. We have 2 sizes here. This one is an easy grip water bottle. It has the hole here that you just stick your hand through to help you hold it. And then here we have a giraffe water bottle. This comes with a water bottle holder that you can attach to a chair, and then you could bend this however you need it, and you would have your water accessible.
Well, after all that cooking, I'm awfully hungry, so I'm excited to try the tabouli. And what I'm wearing is called the Steady One glove, which is a cool contraption. It's pretty heavy because it has a large weight right here, but the idea behind this glove is that for anyone with tremors, that counterweight moves around and balances out the tremor. So it should be a tremor dampening situation with this guy on. I obviously don't have a tremor, so I can't show you how it would work, but I can tell you in regards to how it moves with me as I eat. It doesn't interfere at all, which is fantastic. So that's the Steady One glove. We only have this in a medium right size right now. It is slightly adjustable, but if you're interested in trying it out, give us a call. All right, for my next bite, I'm going to use this little contraption called a steady spoon. It has this really nice handle for me so that if I don't have enough dexterity in my fingers to grasp a utensil, I don't have to. I can keep my palm out like this. And the nice thing about this is no matter where my arm is in space, that spoon stays level. And so you don't have to worry as much about maneuvering this in different planes. That spoon just stays straight, and that counterbalance, this is a weight down here, so it pulls that spoon down to remain at that angle. And it's really good if you don't have as much arm or hand range of motion. You can see as I pick up that bite, I don't have to move as much to get exactly to my mouth. So perfect.
This device, along with a wide variety of other devices, is available to borrow free from MonTECH. Please visit MonTECH website for more details. http:// montech.ruralinstitute.umt.edu